This is an episode of the Leadheads Podcast, a weapons and firearm podcast unlike any other. If you like what you hear, please consider subscribing or checking out our YouTube page. Work the trigger. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Leadheads Podcast, episode 10, Glock Killers.
Holy crap. We're on episode 10.
Yes, and we're killing Glocks.
That feels insane.
Wait, I have to touch the microphone with my face to make it work.
That's true. He's been all echoey lately, so we apologize for that. We're still getting some of the kinks.
I apologize for nothing.
Notice I didn't say we're getting the kinks worked out. We're just getting kinks.
Kink shame.
Welcome, everybody, back to the podcast. As Builder said, today we are doing our top 5 Glock Killers. Now, this top 5 is actually split into two pieces. It is the top 3 legitimate Glock Killers and 2 semi-sarcastic Glock Killers. Semi or full-on? Full-on.
Yeah.
Never go full retard. Okay, so what do we mean by Glock Killers?
Pistols that came out that were designed to beat Glock in their selected market. As far as just... The Glock 19 is the standard of reference.
Mm-hmm.
And these pistols are designed to be the new standard of reference.
All right. I think that's a very well put phrasing.
It's because my face is touching the microphone.
It is. It helps.
It's jiggling.
Have you noticed how much it helps your thought process?
No.
You're so focused.
Tickling my moustache.
So focused.
Moustache.
Wow.
We're grown-ups.
All right. Hey, it's your turn to go first.
It's my turn to go first.
All right.
We're going to lead off with fake or real.
Let's start with real and end with fake.
Real.
Oh, wait, no. No. I totally forgot this part of this
Hit the
concept.
brakes.
We are not telling you guys which one is fake and real yet. We are going to reveal these at the end. We're going to pull kind of a two truths and a lie. So we're gonna give out multiples, and at the end we're gonna have to guess which one of the others are the fake and which one are the real, and then we will then reveal ourselves. You can see all of my glory in my gun selections.
Ah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
Okay. So first up.
So my first one.
Fake.
Will be the base model Sig 320s. They came out. They're striker fired. They were designed to be direct competition with Glocks. Mm-hmm. In fact, the not necessarily the base model, but the 320 won the Army contract.
It did.
They are, vastly superior to the Sig Classic line, but if you've listened to the podcast at all, you know that I despise the Sig Classic line of pistols. They have a super wide variety of models. Their fire control unit is serialized, so it can be put in different frames and sitch. Very modular platform. Price-wise, they're comparable for the most part. When you get into the X series, they're a little bit more. But
the classic line, or not the classic line, the base line's a little bit less. They run like low 5s.
Yeah, right around 5-ish.
And the Glocks are mid 5s to up.
Yes. So overall, good shooting guns. Very, very popular.
Mm-hmm. Heavy aftermarket support.
Pretty heavy aftermarket support.
They came in swinging.
That is one of my 5 selections.
Okay.
It just dawned on me that our 5 are probably going to overlap.
Yeah,
this two truths and a lie might be a little messed up.
They most definitely are going to overlap a little bit. Okay, so my first one, you could have picked up the Sig on the table, by the way.
That's an X series, not a base
model. That's true. It is an X series, not a base model. It costs about as much as an MOS version, though. So, they're like $650.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, so my first version is also, or my first pick is also on the table. Yeah.
Is it my knife?
It is your knife. No,
my water bottle.
No, it is the Canik Tp9 Sf Elite.
Ooh!
The Canik Tp9 Sf Elite is it's a copy of a Walther P99, which is kind of looked at as like the first striker-fired gun with a solid trigger in it.
This really looks like I'm pointing it at your face, but I promise it's like 2 foot in front of him.
Your arms aren't that long. It's like 1.5 feet. Not the Jolly Green Giant. Jeez. Green Giant. So the TP9 was obviously made to compete with the 19. It is almost identical in size. Same barrel length. Very similar in height. Again, you've got that Walther base with the solid trigger. The TP9 does have a very good trigger in it. Like one of the best striker-fired triggers available on the market. And that, whether this is true or not, that is 100% true. It is a very good trigger.
Yeah. I mean, we have 6 pistols laying here on the table right now.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
3 of them have aftermarket triggers, and I would put the TP9 in the middle of those as far as trigger-wise.
Yeah. It's got good aftermarket support. It's reliable. It is fireable. It does the job, and it does it pretty well, actually. The price is actually significantly below Glock, so it undercuts it greatly in price by $100 to $200, pretty solidly.
Also known as 1 to 2 boxes of 9mm.
Oh, that's just sad now. Now you've broken my spirits. Anyway, so yeah, that's my first one is the Canik TP9 Sf Elite. It's got to be the Sf Elite though, because that's the compact size, and the full size.
You like compact guns?
I do. I don't think the full size takes on the 17 as well as the compact takes on the 19.
That's fair.
All right, what you got?
So my second one is the Canik TP9 Sf Elite / TP9 Sfx.
Oh,
the TP9
on the
TP9 Elite specifically for all of the reasons previously listed.
Mm-hmm.
It's less expensive than the direct competition Glock 19. Has a better trigger. Comes with far superior factory sights. It's just a well-rounded little gun. When Work bought his, he kept telling me he was going to get one. Kept telling me he was get one, and I think I texted meh every single time.
More or less, yeah.
Got it. We went to the range, and he was like, "Do you want to shoot it?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
It's a gun, yes.
So I loaded 10 rounds in, and we had steel set up 10, 15 yards away. Different targets 10 to 15 yards away. And I went 10 for 10 on those targets, and I was pretty impressed by that little gun. Now, the second one, the TP9 Sfx.
That name is hard to say.
It is.
All the TPs and blah-blahs.
My reason for this gun is specifically for competition. For getting into competition. It is freaking set up for you. You can get it from the factory set up with an optic on it, which you cannot get a Glock. Now, granted, it is a Vortex Venom, which isn't the best optic in the world. It's gonna be okay. It's fine.
It'll do the job. It'll get you into
I had a Venom. It had a very decent window size. It's. I wouldn't everyday carry it.
It's horrible on batteries.
It was horrible on batteries. This is not an everyday carry gun, though. This is a gun, in my opinion, that is a fun range gun, or it would be okay for me for like USPSA, because I'm not super competitive. If my optic went down, I would survive. But I believe it comes with the SFX. I think it comes with 3 mags.
Yeah, at least
3 20-round mags. I believe. And I believe it even comes with a holster and mag carriers for right-handed people.
Yes.
From the factory. I mean, you are literally set up to buy the gun, sight it in, and go shoot USPSA.
Yep.
Which I think is pretty awesome. And, I mean, with the optic, I think you're still within reason of a MOS 34. And that's what I would compare it to rather than the 17.
Yeah. Yep, I would agree with that.
And I haven't pulled the trigger on an SFX, but I'm sure it has a better trigger.
Yeah, from what I hear, they do.
Yeah.
So my next one is a twofer.
Ooh.
It is the Sig P365.
Oh,
and
you're
the
going for the 43.
XL and the Hellcat. No, because I think that those guns have made the 19 obsolete.
Mac.
These guns, they're more concealable. They carry less rounds, and they're more concealable. They carry less rounds. I think you can see where I'm going with this one, and I might have given this one away a little bit, but I mean, they're just, you don't, who needs a compact gun like the 19 when you can have a gun that's smaller, that doesn't shoot as well, and has less rounds?
Me.
Okay, so there you go. So that is my number 2
Wow, you really,
of my top Glock Killers.
really went in depth on that one.
I did. I tried to.
So my number 3 is the CZ P10 series. There are three sizes.
Yes, there are 3 sizes
available in the United States. 4 sizes if you're outside of the United States. There's a full size that has a grip.
It's got a grip. Are you sure?
A grip the length of, man, like a hammer handle. But in that grip, it holds like 83 rounds.
It's got a grip the length of Ron Jeremy.
Yes. The P10C is a standard compact size, generalized pistol. They all have better triggers than Glocks, better factory sights than Glocks. Aftermarket's there. I don't think it's huge, but it's definitely there. There's a few different frame color options, and you can also get the suppressor ready or optics ready models.
Or the suppressor ready and optics ready models.
Ooh, and they're pretty sweet shooting guns. Definitely not my favorite guns in the world, but I wouldn't be opposed to one at all. So
the F is borderline on your list. It's teetering.
The F is. It might be top 2 favorite CZ pistols.
That's pretty good.
It is top 2 favorite CZ pistols.
That's pretty good. Other ones, the SPO one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I could afford because the Checkmate would be on
that's
there too.
True.
But
you know what? I can't even place those on there because I've never.
A Parrot
shot
would
one
be my number 1 if I could touch it.
I've touched a Parrot before.
Well, you're better than me.
It bit me. I've only seen the gun, but I'm sorry, that was dumb. All right.
Dad joke.
Are you done?
I'm done.
All right. So my next one is it's a polymer pistol from a European company called CZ.
Is it the P07?
It's the P10C. No, it's the P10 in general. The P10 line came in and they ended up with Glock consistency, a better trigger, more accurate. The aftermarket is starting to get there. It took a while for them to get some legs underneath them. But they're comfortable, accurate, easy to carry, and just a consistent firearm. They do have, as you said, they've got optics ready, they've got suppressor ready, they've got a couple of different frame colors, but that doesn't really
I just looked over and saw your FDE one.
Mine, that's true. They do have some badass slides from Norso.
Yes.
You can use the coupon code Work the Trigger for 5% off on that one.
To be fair, Norso makes Glock slides too.
They do, and their Glock slides also look excellent. So that's why I'm going to toss that one in the ring. It's a good solid gun, and of the landscape of polymer pistols, I think that it is posed offerings wise to do a good shot.
That's fair.
All right, what you got?
My last two I don't think you'll have on your list. So this one would be a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0
Nope,
core.
don't have that. That trigger blows.
The core, being the optics ready model, I think very closely mirrors the Glock 19 and Glock 17.
Okay.
The ergonomics of the M&P I much prefer.
I'll agree there.
The core mounting system is better than the MOS mounting system. Aesthetically, I honestly think they're a better looking gun. They're a more comfortable gun. I like the metal mags rather than the polymer lined metal mags.
Amen.
You can change out your back straps if you want to. They have a ton of aftermarket. I mean, not Glock amount, but they've been around forever. Just a good all-around pistol. I have a lot of love for the M&P line.
Yeah, you bring them up.
At one point, I sold all my Glocks and bought M&Ps.
Holy crap!
And then I sold all my M&Ps and bought Glocks.
That's all right. We all make mistakes in life.
It happens. So yeah, the 2.0 core.
All right, I like that idea because the core is really what the M&P should be anyway.
Yes.
Like Smith & Wesson just needs to work on their marketing schemes a little bit. Okay, so my next one is to backtrack on yours a little bit. The Sig P320 line.
Okay.
I'm just going to go with the line in general just because of the wide swath of availability that Glock has versus the wide swath of availability of the P320. They've got everything from subcompact to compact to full size. They've got competition sizes with the Legion. They've got the more MOS based with the X compact and the X carry. The trigger isn't as good as a Glock, but it can be made pretty darn good. They've got massive aftermarket support on those. Mag availability and compatibility is pretty king, very similar to the way Glock runs. They are reliable, they run well, they're reasonably accurate, kind of like Gen 3 Glock accurate. And I think that they are poised to also do a lot of damage to the Glock landscape.
That's fair.
So, all right.
So my last one.
Yep.
Is the Langdon Tactical Beretta 92.
Oh, okay.
I say this because I believe the Beretta is a superior pistol to the Glock. But until recently, there was only so much you could do with a Beretta. You couldn't change sights. You sure couldn't mount an optic to it.
Right.
The trigger, you could make it really good with the Wilson Combat stuff. But once Langdon started messing with the triggers, they're absolutely insane. Price-wise, they don't compare. But they took this gun that was, kind of dying, and they modernized it. And they innovated, which Glock doesn't do.
Right.
And they made this gun that is just an absolute brute.
They did. That's a pretty solid gun there.
Yeah. Okay.
So my last one is going to be the H&K VP9.
Aha.
The VP9, it's
the VP9 or the VP9 2020?
2020.
Okay.
I think the VP9 is like way undervalued. People they don't even think about it, and it's a solid gun. It's accurate, reliable, way better trigger than Glocks have.
More expensive.
It is more expensive by about $100 for the 2020. They sit. Actually, I mean, it's not really. It's $650 or not $650.
That's not
$700. It's $700.
It's not that much more.
Yeah, like if you're looking at an MOS version, it's not that much more, which you would have to compare it to. And I'll say the VP9, it shoots really nicely. I shot one recently, and they just shoot really, really nicely. I like them a lot. It's not on my short list, but it's definitely on my list of ones to watch.
It's a good gun.
All right, and then I've got one bonus one really quick to throw out before we get into voting.
As well.
My bonus is a good solid rock.
Okay.
I mean, They're accurate, they're plentiful, they're reliable.
They're as accurate as the thrower.
That's true, just like a gun is as accurate as the shooter. You can pretty much find something that's going to fit your hand no matter where you are.
True.
They'll do a lot of damage.
Yep.
It might be a less lethal option, but that gives you that less lethal option. Just saying. It's in there. What's your bonus?
Mine's actually the VP9.
Okay.
And for me,
Cheater, you went with a spare gun.
Well, my VP9 is because we have the real list and the sarcastic list, and it's on both of those lists.
Okay, that's fair.
me.
We got to hurry. We got 3% battery life.
All right,
Okay.
so that's mine.
All right.
2 truths and a lie.
My guess for your lies are the P10 and the Sig.
Yes. So your guns were your P10, 320.
Yep.
Little dinker guns.
Yep.
VP9.
Yep.
What's the fourth?
Canic.
I'm going to say Canic as fake and the dinker guns as fake.
Close. VP9.
VP9 was
Doesn't
fake.
have enough variability.
It was
size.
on my fake list until I moved it to bonus.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough space. It doesn't have enough variability. It's just one gun. If they brought out the VP9, I mean, and they're starting to. They're getting better with it, but they still don't have like a solid contender for the 19.
Yep. It
It's
just doesn't have. It's not as popular.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it. That is our list. Sorry, we're running out of battery on the camera here.
We do love you guys.
We do. It's fantastic. Thank you for watching. You're not watching, you're listening. Thank you. Well, you might be if you're watching on the camera. Thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. Remember, if you like what you hear here, go ahead and hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, head over to your favorite podcast app and find Leadheads Podcast over there. If you're on the podcast side, stay there. It's more convenient there.
It's true.
Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys. Welcome to the lead. In scene.
Oh, okay.